MidJourney Very Region is now available. Just check out this MidJourney alligator I created using AI. He's wearing sunglasses, and while they look great, they're the wrong shade. Using Varied Region, I can now change these sunglasses, making them green instead. And this looks much better for his skin complexion. So, as part of a new update, MidJourney has released Very Region. It's a way to edit different types of images and regenerate specific parts of them, and then even upscale them. It's similar to Photoshop with Genative Fill, but personally, I trust MidJourney's AI more than I do Adobe's AI. The process is quite simple. Create an image using MidJourney, select to upscale it, and then simply select to vary it. This all sounds cool, but the real question is, can I vary different types of website logos or even user interfaces? Let's find out. For some quick background, MidJourney just released Very Region, and it's available only for version 5 and upwards. There's some great documentation about how it works. Let's check it out. You'll need to start by generating an image, just like usual. Once created, you'll need to select one of the variations to upscale. In this case, I'll select version 4. There'll be new additional options now to vary the image. You'll have 3 main options: to vary strong, subtle, or a certain region. You might have seen me use very strong and subtle before, and this is kind of like a remixing the original image, but it doesn't let you select a region. The new option, Vary Region, does though. It allows you to use freehand or a rectangle to select a portion of the image in a small editor and select how you wish to edit it. Similar to Photoshop Genative Fill, you'll want to select a broader area that you want to edit and not something very specific, so that you have room for MidJourney and its bot to generate something more creative. MidJourney will then run a new variation of images using the original image as a base, and only updating the section that you selected to be varied. This, however, still doesn't give you much flexibility, because currently it's just using random seeds to generate new variations. This is where you'll want to enable remix mode. This will allow you to add in a new prompt before generating new variations. And this is how I was able to select an alligator and give it green sunglasses instead of red. Time for something different. I want to apply this for web design now, by taking an existing design and then seeing if I can have MidJourney produce new results and variations with it. I'll start by heading to the Dribbble website. Here, I'm going to find a nice looking web design like this one over here for 1 Week Wonders, and I want to see if I can use the MidJourney AI to replicate this design, but then also vary the web design using Very Region. First, I'll jump into Discord and select to describe what I'm seeing here as part of this image, and I'll upload the image so I can do that. Alright, so I've got these 4 examples. I'm going to create one more Imagine prompt here. This will copy the text from the first example, pasting in the image, and this allows MidJourney to have a lot of clues as to the kind of image I want to generate. In this case, it's a website design for a furniture store. These look pretty good. What I'm thinking is to select one of them to use as the base image that I'm going to have before I do a Very Region. I'm going to use version 3 because I think there's a few changes I could make to this one. Once I upscale it, I have the option now to Very Region, which I'll select, and this now makes it much easier to do web editing using AI. So this time I can actually select different regions of this website design, and I can then add in new prompts as to how I want it. I'll start off with the top left here. Here I want to add a maybe logo as well as website menu. So I'll type in here a website logo about furniture with a navigation menu for a web design. And MidJourney generated this variation. It's got a logo up here, and one thing to note, MidJourney isn't always great when it comes to text, but at least it kind of listened to what I put in as part of the Very Region. I'm going to try this again. I want to add a call to action button here at the bottom right near the chair. So I'm going to open up the tool, and this time I'm going to use the freehand option. I'm just going to select around the bottom of this armchair and get it to regenerate this prompt. In this case, I want to put something like a button or a call to action that will be something users can select. And while the MidJourney AI is no web designer, at least the prompt is generating things that I'm asking for. In this case, the button kind of, again, looks like text, but it's there. So what's the benefit for web design? Well, I think it'd be really cool to be able to have different sections that you can have variations of and then test them out with clients. Then using a no-code tool like Wix Studio, one of my favorites, you can customize the designs using variations as a way to quickly test out different actual designs against users and maybe even doing some A/B testing. The only issue that I found in terms of this was the fact that MidJourney only allows you to use Very Region on designs generated by the AI inside of MidJourney. I think what would be interesting is if I could take existing designs not generated by MidJourney and then vary them, very similar to how Photoshop currently lets me vary images.